Today we have a reading for you about somebody who has maybe been able to sidestep accountability or justice for their actions, and they don't feel remorse, they don't feel bad for what it is that they did or what they said. But they had a window of opportunity where they could have learned from the situation. They could have apologized or they could have made things right. And I feel like that window has closed. So now it's like the universe is saying, okay, we're going to ratchet up, like level it up to that next potential like consequence for you. In other words, maybe someone had a time where it was acceptable to apologize and offer to make things right before law enforcement would be brought into it or before legal consequences were an option. And now we have someone who's saying, I guess that's the option that I have to go with, and I'm going to go with that. So there's a step up here in terms of the consequences for this person. Hey Dana, I've got your name written down. I hope you're having a good one. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box in case I said that too fast. Personal readings are ad-free and they start at $40 USD, just to let you know. And they do get returned to you pretty quickly, usually within 24 hours, if not faster than that. I also have in the description box for you a link on how to become a member in case you would like additional content. And also a link to my Etsy page if you would like to get a homemade soy candle. Let's dive in with the Marigold Tarot. What else do we have? Ace of Swords just like jumped out of that tarot deck. Ace of Swords. Truth. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Frederick. Hello, Kodo. I'm not really a fan of that. First of all, please do not refer to anyone as a beast. Definitely not me. And please don't send me kisses. You could just do smiley faces. I know the members have access to a Dr. Pepper emoji. Otherwise, my personal favorite emoji, like smiley face, would be the one with the cowboy hat. You could always do that one. But don't call me Beast. That's weird. Hello, Natn. How are we doing? Hello, Drew. So we've got the moon. See? The truth is coming out. Someone didn't want to accept responsibility. They didn't want to apologize properly. They've missed that window of opportunity to make things right. And now Lady Justice is like, okay, I got you in my sights. I think we're going to teach you a lesson. The Tower. This could literally be someone who's losing their job. This could be someone who's getting kicked out. This could be someone who is being told they owe a very steep fine. We have Justice, and it's in the reverse. This is somebody who messed up, did something they knew they should not have, and then they didn't feel like they needed to do anything to fix it. Well, they were wrong. Oh, thank you, Hannah. I hope you're doing well. Anything about love life? Awesome. I've added that for you. Hello, Danny. What's up? I read that initially as clucking to myself. Like a chicken. Cluck, cluck. That's funny. Anyways, what else do we have? Seven of Wands and the Queen of Rings or Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The time, that window of opportunity is done. They are not able to, take the easy way out or get a plea deal. Now it's like, okay, you avoided the reality of the situation. We're going to make sure that it is extra clear what's going on here. Hey Henry, I appreciate that you have religious beliefs, but I'm going to ask you to actually engage with the live chat. Make sure that we're not judging anybody else's beliefs, otherwise that could end up in being banned or kicked out. I don't mind your personal beliefs. I've got cross right up here, but I just want to make sure we're not here to judge anyone, okay? We've got 10 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Rings or 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. There is a way to prove what this person has done. It could be DNA. It could be, you know, they left their driver's license at the scene. It could be that everybody knows what car this person drives and there was a witness that said that car was, you know, where the trouble was. There's no doubt here as to who did what. It's known, and yet we have someone who's just kind of like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to, like, pay for anything. What else? We have, yeah, the Sun. Everybody knows. Okay, I'm probably going to misquote this, but I think... I think Bare Hands is either the song title or the group, but there's a phrase or like a chorus that's going through my mind about everybody loves crime, everybody does it. Maybe it's Two Hands? I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up now. It's going to bother me. Let me make a note of that. Everybody loves crime, everybody does it, that kind of thing. I'm so tempted to Google it right now. But I do feel like this is a person who is just kind of minimizing what it was that they did, not taking seriously that there could be consequences for their actions, or, hey, you know, when you steal that, you might feel like you're not actually causing any damage or problems for anybody, but you are. Here's the, you know, reality of it. Hanged Man in the reverse. And the King of Cups. So the King of Cups could be a witness or someone who feels very strongly that this issue needs to be dealt with, but they're seeing that there's been no, like, this person's not been held responsible. And I feel this King of Cups is the one who's leading the charge, saying we really need to, you know, honor the legal system because this is a law that was broken and this person thinks it's okay to do that. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. That means a lot to me. What else do we have? The Four of Pentacles, Secret. Six of Pentacles, a secret gain. Eight of Wands in the reverse and the Hermit. And yet nobody's doing anything to actually address that this was a law that was broken, or this is somebody who's doing something illegally in order to make money. So it's like, hey... I don't know, maybe it's a sheriff. Hey, sheriff, could you put down the, you know, game console remote, whatever you're doing? Could you do your job? We have a person who's frustrated by the lack of action taken in the situation who's saying, fine, then I'm going to make sure that everybody knows about it. Because I think that there should be something that happens to, you know, make this fair. Three of Pentacles in the reverse and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Oh. This could even be a judge who is fired. This could be someone in law enforcement, right? I was just calling out the sheriff. They didn't do their job, and I think they're about to get fired. I think they're going to lose their job because they didn't actually care about justice. So we have two problems here. We have someone who broke the law, and I think we also have someone who didn't care that that law was broken. So apparently, both of those individuals are not very popular. Magician in the reverse, and the Five of Pentacles. You're holding back. You know what your responsibility is. Maybe it's even, you're not making any kind of trouble for this person because you're related to them or because you feel like there's some different way to handle it. But it's not popular. The community is not happy. Thank you, Natn. Personal growth guidance. I got you. Thank you. What else? The Devil in the reverse. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Four of Swords. There was mishandling of evidence or an unwillingness to do the investigation required for this situation. So it's someone who's not doing their job. It could be a judge, like I said, it could be somebody in law enforcement, but they're not going to retain their job. They're getting fired because they didn't do what they were supposed to regarding a particular instance of the law being broken, and the frustration and anger that came from family members or the community at large that this person didn't seem to care about that law being broken. Again, it could be because, it was my son that did it. Oh, it was my cousin, or it was my brother. It was my aunt. So they covered up a crime or didn't want to actually apply the law to that situation, and it looks like it was a favor. It looks like it's just, oh, we don't want to do that because then it might be, rough on that person. I think that's the whole point of, punishment in law, right? That there be some sort of, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Hello, Gonzalez. How are you doing? This is the Earth and Bones Tarot. Sorry, Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Migration. Initiate, beginnings, freedom, adventure, and first step. So if you're not going to carry out the justice that we all know needs to happen, then we will find someone else who does. We will switch over that leadership or, whoever we are loyal to. We will hire someone else. We will nominate someone else. We will find someone who's actually going to take care of the group. Because as of right now, it seems like whoever was put in charge of that is just thinking about themselves or just thinking about their own. This is the Magicians, Martyrs, and Madmen. Yes. I always have to make sure I read them in the right order. Let's see what else we've got. This might help us clue into what kind of disorderly conduct we have here or whatever law was broken. What else do we have? Levvenia Fisher, Ace of Pentacles. Levvenia Fisher and her husband John ran a roadside inn and tavern called the 6 Mile House. They robbed and sometimes took people out, travelers coming to and from the city of Charleston, South Carolina. In 1819, an angry group of citizens marched to the house and threatened to burn it down if they didn't come out. This is so appropriate! Wow. Okay, so taking justice into their own hands, pitchfork style, right? The Fishers and their gang of 10 people fled into the night but returned the following day and retook possession of the house. The sheriff arrived with a posse, arrested the entire gang, and charged them with highway robbery. which was punishable by in those days. At the public rope situation, John Fisher quietly accepted his fate, but Levvenia screamed, "If you have a message for the devil, tell me now, for I shall be seeing him shortly." Wow. So sometimes it takes a crowd of people who are over it, an angry mob, right? And I think that's what we've got here. Someone who feels like, it's not swift enough justice, so we're going to have to do something about it. This is the Witch's Tarot. What else do we have? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It looks like my screen was stuck. Hello, Mr. F. Hello, Jamike. Hello, Rachel. Did I say hello to Key Controller? Hello, Callan. For Ray. Is there a question for Rachel? Let me see. If I've missed it, just let me know, Rachel, what I can read for you. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Hello, Nat. Neo. We are 17 minutes into the reading. Sorry, guys. My contact is bothering me. I was taking my contacts out yesterday, and one of them got stuck in the bottom lid. I was like, where is it? Hello, Furry. What's up? What does my highest self feel I should be working on? Excellent question. I've added that for you. Hello, Pickle Pants. What a great name. All right. Let's see what we've got. This is the Witch's Tarot. The Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Universe. Yeah, this is a group of people that are mad. They know what happened, but they feel like the person who has the control or the power over making things right is just sitting, twiddling their thumbs, not doing what they need to do. So hence the pitchforks coming out. Now it's like, okay, then we're going to take care of it because you are like too busy over there playing Fortnite or something. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords in the reverse, and Temperance. Yes, two forces coming together, or two groups working together. We know that we're being lied to. We know that you think you're, able to run the show and tell us what's going on, but you've kept secrets and you haven't done your job. So we each picked up a pitchfork. We're here to yell at you. We're here to demand that you do the job that you are supposed to do. King of Swords and the Princess or the Page of Pentacles. If you don't do your job, we will do it for you. Either by removing you, and then someone who actually will do the job will go and take that spot. Or we're just going to do what you should have done. Hey, Lemonade. How you doing? So we've got Three of Swords in the reverse and the Tower in the reverse. You thought you could maintain a structure that is broken, or you thought you could hide, your guilty son or daughter or whatever. You thought that you were the end all be all, but we've decided that you're wrong, and we're going to find that justice even if you think we can't. Three of Pentacles. I think we have an unusual band of people working together. They don't necessarily agree on things. They don't necessarily like each other. But we agree on this. This person stole, or this person broke that law, or they hurt that person. Whatever it is, we ain't cool with it. And even though you think it's all right to look the other way, we're not going to let that fly. We know what's right. So there's a reckoning. This could get a little hairy. I'm not lying. This is like you have... Ooh, I have to cover the boobies. Dang it. This is the Star and the Death card. And I'm going to tell you right now that the Death card is not just transformation. This is the spooky version of death. There has possibly been someone who passed away, or there is someone who's saying, your job is going to end because you don't know what you're doing, or you willingly looked the other way when that's not what we pay you to do. So we need you to actually cause some consequences for that. Otherwise, we're going to add you to the list of accomplices. We're going to consider you part of the problem. So get out of our way, or pick up a pitchfork. Your choice, but we're not going to let you sit there and twiddle your thumbs anymore. Nope, nope, nope. Oops. Okay, this is going to be difficult. Alright. This is... I think it's the Angel's Tarot. Hold on, you guys. Angel Tarot. It's getting a little more difficult to remember the names, but we're going to work on it, okay? Yeah. Kellen, I would encourage you to take a couple days from the channel, I can't talk, because that's pretty inappropriate. I would recommend that you be respectful, otherwise we're not going to let you be in the live chat anymore, okay? So from the Angel Tarot, we have Rachiel, the Three of Swords, the quickly forgiving God. This was the person who was like, oh, that's not a big deal, we're fine. Love and submission, cures illness, influences paternal love, gives long life. So paternal love, we could literally have someone who's feeling protective or paternal love towards the person who actually broke the law. And they're like, it's okay. We forgive you. It's not that big of a deal. No worries. Actually, yes, many worries, and we don't like it, and that person was hurtful. Patience reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge and industry. I think this would be Achaia. So this is the information about who's guilty or what was done, spreading among the community, and people realizing that something was forgiven too quickly. That there should be an actual punishment for this person's behavior. It is unacceptable to just be like, oh, that wasn't cool. That's not good. So we have Nehemiah, the lovely God. Discernment, general prosperity, and the deliverance of prisoners. So if the sheriff ain't gonna do their job, then we will band together as a community and citizens arrest. We'll deliver you right to the front door of the prison, or shoot, maybe even the specific cell that has your name on it. But I'm not going to wait. not going to wait for this corrupt enforcement to finally happen when clearly there's someone who doesn't seem to take this very seriously, and the rest of us take it very seriously. Very seriously. So no more avoiding justice in this situation. Now there is going to be a new sheriff in town. And I think they have a different perspective. Or the whole town is saying, we're the sheriff acting as one, and you are going to jail. Straight to jail. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing today? We have brick wall and spilling the beans. So you didn't want to actually protect the people who were harmed. You were guarding someone who was the problem. So now that we all know what actually happened and that you aren't doing anything about it, we're going to take justice in our own hands. We're not going to let you have the last say because you are corrupt or not doing your job. So we'll do it ourselves. We'll take care of it without your help. We don't need you. We do have someone who is paranoid. They feel like their secret lover has answers, or may have been the person who spread the truth around town. That's what I'm banking my money on. There's a romantic connection here. They know or knew what was going on, and as a result, share that information, and now more and more people are aware this person who has connections to the judge or the district attorney or the sheriff or whatever is guilty, but they're not doing anything because of their personal connections. Puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted, and ride or die, us against the world, dedicated partnership. I'm not going to let you get in trouble for something, but it's a little bit of a struggle because people know what happened. So I have to pretend like I don't know what's going on, or I have to pretend like it's not because I'm corrupt. How damn do you think we are? Like, really, though. All right, let's see what else we have. We're gonna go with the Gothic Vampire Tarot. ¿Qué más? Hello, Carla. How are you doing? I'm so glad to hear that, Pharaoh. What else about this justice? Another death card. The end of corruption or the end of this person being in charge. 9 of Wands in the reverse. They're vulnerable. There's people who are not in agreement and they're not okay with the fact that someone is being protected from the rule of law. The 5 of Wands in the reverse, or sorry, 5 of Wands in the upright, a battle. This is the pitchfork moment. We're not going to let this go. There needs to be some sort of justice here. The World in the reverse. And the 9 of Swords in the reverse. You haven't actually arrested that person, or why hasn't there been a trial? Or, you know, you convicted that person. Why don't we have any update as to, you know, some actual, like, time being served? Why do they get treated differently? 9 of Cups. Why do they get a free pass? Doesn't sound like the rule of law to me. Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Wands in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. Time's up. You might have had a protective layer, or you might have been able to avoid the consequences of your actions for a little while, but no longer. Too many people know what's going on, and they're willing to take the risk themselves. All right. I mean, they're not messing around, you know? Let's see what we've got for personal questions. We've got Dana, and then Hannah, Natn, and then Rachel. Tickle the like. Yes, I do appreciate it if you could like the video or subscribe. Have a good one, Mr. F. Oh, Redbeard, hello. What's going on? What do we have for Dana, please? Well, let me check that. I'm pretty sure Lemonade was awesome and also captured a screenshot. So it said, can you pull some cards for me, please? So let's see what we have for Dana. Five of Wands. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Queen of Pentacles. There's an issue with regards to your resources. I don't know if you're lending money, or if there's someone asking to borrow money, or someone using your car, or whatever, but this is saying no more. It could be about the brother. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. What should have been a little, you know, minor obstacle, or a little, you know, here, I'll do this to help you out, is turning into something bigger. So Strength and Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is saying basically you're going to stand up and say, this isn't what I said was cool, or we need to have some sort of change here because it is not fair. You are doing all of the heavy lifting. Justice and Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is, you know, you need to pay me, or you need to contribute, or you need to, you know, do some work. Otherwise, this isn't going to continue. So I see you having an important conversation, negotiating something not very well received, but it's your call, not theirs. And what do we have for Hannah with regards to love life, please? What is coming towards Hannah regarding love life? Hello, Master Up. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, A. How are you doing? Talking to your demons, huh? What do they look like? Do I have a good example? Yeah. Not really. Better one would be... The better one would be the Edgar Allan Poe. Oh. Yeah, there we go, right? Does that work for you? So, Seven of Skins. Why did I look? I never look at the bottom of the deck. Hannah, there's something here about divine timing for your love life. Things are aligning for you. Tell me more about Hannah's love life, please. Oh, you got double timed out. What a distinction. You must have been really offensive. Hello, Christopher. Just remember, y'all, we don't have like crazy rules in here. We're just asking for that you be respectful to people in the live chat and to me. But dang, look at you getting blocked by two people at the same time. So Hannah, we've got the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Seven of Songs, or the Seven of Cups, right? Yes, Seven of Songs in the reverse. So I feel there is something that has been an illusion to you up until now or in the very near future, you start to see things much clearer. And I think this has to do with perhaps what you feel is a deal breaker or what kind of attributes you are looking for in a partner. I feel like you're refining that, and it helps you to avoid some negative encounters or some relationships that just aren't worth your time. So we have the star and the wheel in reverse. It's like, you've seen The Matrix, right? So Hannah's doing one of these and narrowly dodging or expertly dodging, not great love. So discernment, A+. You're figuring it out, or you're, leveling up, because this person who is not healed and would waste your time or is toxic but might know how to, be charming for a couple of weeks, you're going to see right through them. So that was supposed to be Neo in The Matrix, dodging, bullets, right? Hannah's about to dodge a not so great relationship because she's like, no, but I can see, no, that's not going to work, no. So the ability to walk away or not get caught up with somebody who is still probably struggling to understand emotions or communication about emotions, you sidestep that or you avoid that trap and walk right into this King, Queen of Swords connection. Now, you can claim the King of Swords or the Queen of Swords, but these are divine counterparts. And for me, this is saying not only is this person healed, Four of Swords, not only have they been consistently working through the issues that might prevent a healthy connection, they also have some real similar approaches to life. It doesn't mean you'd be bored because you believe the exact same thing. I think you would have very stimulating intellectual conversations with this person. But it does mean that this is someone who understands you, someone who gets you. So sidestep the garden tool, and you walk right into this air sign type. I mean, it's 4 air cards, right? So they could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or they're extremely intelligent. They could work with, maybe they're a lawyer or something. But this person's very smart, very articulate, and I feel like the conversations between the two of you are everything. They're going to be very honest with you and make those other connections that you had in the past seem rather trivial or childish. So a very mature, interesting person coming your way. I love that for you. Let's see what we have for Natn. This is the Egyptian Tarot. Hello, Tina. How are you doing? Thank you. Should I make sure you can see them all? Let's see. Normally that skull dude isn't sitting on top of the High Priestess, but, it works for now. This is my uncle's watch. And we've got, a little Tree of Life action here. What is this? Quartz, maybe? And this knife, I believe, was made by my grandfather, the same one who made the bookshelf, but he might have just added this part, right? I don't really know. Then we got Evil Eye on this pyramid. Gotta have the skeletons, right? That cross is made from the pews in my grandparents' church. Not this grandfather, other side of the family. This is my actual skull. Just kidding. We got a mermaid, painted gold. You guys probably can't see this very well, but we have my cat's paw print after he passed away because I miss him terribly. We got Bastet, which is this tattoo right here. Then we got Freya from Norse mythology. Oh, you're stuck on there? That's interesting. We got Crystal Ball. I don't see anything in Crystal Ball, so don't ask me to start using it, okay? And this is a painting of little Mr. Hambone. headed off into the universe to explore. And we got a little mermaid tail back there. Got a little, what do they call these things? They put out the candles? I don't remember where I got the teddy bear from. I think actually, I'm pretty sure it was a teddy bear that I gifted to my uncle for his birthday. He passed away. Rest in peace. Love him. So I think I just took it back after he passed away. But that was the intro to all of my stuff up here. Let me see what we got. That's funny. Dana, let me add that for you. Sorry, Nat, for delaying. What is going to happen in my love life, please? Okay. Nice. All right, so we've got Nat up next. Like I said, this is the Egyptian Tarot. What do we have for guidance regarding personal growth for Nat, please? What guidance on personal growth is coming through for Nat, please? Eight of Cups in the reverse, Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse. There is a repeating frustration. I don't know if I would go so far as to say like a depression or, you know, something that ruins a day, but it's a negative thought process and something that I feel you were taught from a young age. With the Six of Cups in the reverse, it's showing up as a habit that was taught to you. And I do think that it doesn't help, right? It prevents you from getting what you are supposed to get in life or what you are supposed to enjoy, right? Knight of Wands, Three of Cups in the reverse, Hierophant in the reverse. This is behavior that was taught to you when you were young. It could be you saw other people that were doing that, so you ended up thinking that way or acting that way, or it could be someone who specifically tells you, this is what you should do because people cannot be trusted. I need you to analyze and really understand the motivations of this person, because I feel like what it left you with is a sense of nothing is permanent. I can't trust anybody. Nothing's going to stay the same. If I get comfortable or if I am happy in something, then it's going to go away. So permanence is the word that's coming through, or the idea that something could be good and could be yours for a long period of time. Let go of the thinking that you inherited or that someone taught you that is negative, because it is blocking something for you. Three of Wands in the reverse, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like, no matter how much effort I put into XYZ, it'll never be that. So it's a negative thought pattern, and it directly contradicts with your delightful energy. So just boop. Or I guess, you know, if it's a thought process, probably in the brain, right? Because it doesn't, like, one of these things just doesn't belong here. It doesn't jive with like the rest of your personality or approach to life. So I see you got like that big sword right there. You're like, yeah, no, I don't need to do that anymore. We're good. It could even be overly negative thinking about yourself, not necessarily everyone around you, but I see there being a more positive approach to those social connections and maybe even yourself. So we've got Rachel up next. We'll use the Tarot of the Cat People. What does my highest self feel I should work on? Hello, Balin. How are you doing? Hello, Easy Trade. You're welcome, Natn. Seven of Wands, Three of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Four of Cups. There's someone who is not a fan of yours, who's trying to make things more difficult or trying to make you seem like you're not part of the group where you shouldn't be included. Six of Pentacles in the reverse, Rejuvenation in the reverse, and the Seven of Swords. This person's lying about you. I feel they will continue to lie about you. And they have no desire to make things right or settle the score. This is someone who feels in order for things to be balanced, you need to be upset or suffer some way. I don't like it. I was going to ask if this is related to the situation you told me about, and then the Ace of Pentacles came out. This feels to me like we have a person who is trying to find an opportunity to mess with you and lie about the circumstances in order to make it seem even more like it's your fault when it really isn't. And what can Rachel do to counteract this? Five of Swords in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse. There's a way for you to not have to use your voice to demonstrate the truth of the situation, which kind of sounds to me like cameras. Which kind of sounds to me like witnesses or documentation. If you have the ability to email yourself so that there is a timestamp on what's going on to keep track of how things are going with this individual, that's important. It needs to be something that is more than just you recounting the story or the situation. And a timestamp is important. Magician in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse. So will this person be successful? They could be if you don't regain control over the narrative, which isn't to say that you should be the one who's talking the loudest or everyone should always believe you, but you do need to have a different way to keep track of what's going on because this, the haterade is real with this one. So documentation, and if you are able to audio recording or video, some sort of tracking that is not you recounting it, right? Yes, receipts for sure. And the grounded is absolutely a good point as well. But I feel like you're going to outsmart this person. You just have to leverage more than your own voice. Hello, Roy. How are you doing? Rachel, I'm sending you protective energy. And let's see what we've got for Dana. This is the Soul Cat Tarot. What does Dana need to know regarding love life, please? What does Dana need to know regarding love life? I totally get that. It's a good way to do it, Gonzalez. You're so welcome, Rachel. So Dana, we've got the Two of Wands, Temperance in the reverse, and the Tower in the reverse. This feels to me like one person seems like a good choice, but is not. And the way that you really see that that person is not a good choice is through comparison. I don't normally like that. I think in general, comparison in romance is a horrible idea, but I think you start to realize you deserve better than what somebody has offered to you when a new person comes around and expresses interest in you and treats you with respect. So we have the Hermit in the reverse, Strength, and the Sun. Yeah, I see two interested parties. One person just like could be named Mr. Fumble, or could be named, did you do that again? They don't learn. There's not a desire to do better. And then there's this other person that shows up and they get it. They're not over here making excuses. They want to do right by you because they believe you deserve someone who does right by you. Hello, Alicia. May I ask you to please not do the capitalized letters? I do hope you're having a lovely day. Life chess it is. Yes, I agree, Rachel. So Dana, there's someone else here. They're going to show you the way you should be treated, and it's going to be a contrast with the person who had been treating you not so great before. So with Death in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse, that person who did not know how to treat you with respect is going to get irritated and feel some type of way about another person showing up and actually treating you with that respect. But I don't want you to take them seriously, because that is too little too late. And this other person who is treating you right deserves perhaps a chance. I think that's really your decision, but if they're going to do right by you, I would much rather see you with that person, you know? This is someone who would like to make you happy. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping